find this very interesting, and here is why. More than 24 hours, almost 24 hours after the court ruling and all of that, we have also noticed that the party national chairman hasn't been to Bayelsa. We've also noticed that some notable figures haven't been there to show that support. We also noticed that even in this statement, he was basically trying to reinterpret the constitution to fit. He didn't actually say alternatively. He just said that the party is resolute. During the 2023 general election, now President Tinubu made some very caustic statements. Take it, grab it. Talked about Emilokon. Afterwards, he said he consulted the spirit of Emilokon. And so many cases. And then looking at the announcement of the results, I keep referring to on that day at the International Conference Center, Dino Melaye, now PDP candidate in Kogi State, did say that he was particularly very vocal. This is not what your agents gave to us in the field. You're reading a different result. Like, basically, no. The law says that he ought to have stopped to ensure that those things were in place. The INEC chairman said, I'm going to go back when we are done. Let's continue the process. And Nigerians were waiting for that process. We woke up, we had to go to bed. Of course, we'll go to work the next day. 4 a.m., you announce the result. And up till today, INEC have not addressed all of those issues that came up. We are looking at a situation where Silva, irrespective of the court judgments, Ganduje saying they are resolute, they don't seem to be telling us how exactly are you planning to win this election. Now, let's top it all up, because INEC just told us in Bayelsa they're not going to use beavers. What do you think we are looking at here?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. But that's why, I told you earlier that I was in Bayelsa. I've been going to Bayelsa State. I came back just last week, the last one. And what people are saying is that their fear is fear of violence and snatching of ballot boxes and resources and all that stuff. So my take, I spoke with some people, and there are also people who seem to be ready to resist that. My worry is that they're not organized. They're not from the party. In my area, we're not organized. So I don't know how organized these are. I want to go back to my institution. It is an analyst. I don't know if you knew how to write. That's why you invited me.
No.
These things, I think going back to my institution next week to further interrogate on what is happening. The other part of being resolute or being prepared and all that stuff, unless Ganduje, the national chairman of APC, is saying that you already know what the verdict will be in the courts, because it's a matter that will go up to Supreme Court, as well as it is, So unless they are saying so, otherwise, if you are looking for a state of execution, this is not a matter I can say execution. It's a clear constitutional matter. There cannot stay execution. The judge has interpreted the constitution. And you cannot tell a judge who has interpreted the constitution in his own opinion rightly that he should not allow the decision, his judgment, to proceed as it is. So if you are appeal outrightly to the appeal because the processes are quickened. Otherwise, as it is now, you believe there's not a candidate.
Sorry, Bestseller. So what do you think Ganduje is playing out here?
Well, he alone knows what is playing out. That, like I said, maybe he's already aware of the type of judgment that might come. And if that is true, then it's a further sad commentary on the state of our judiciary. The judiciary should not allow itself to be manipulated in processing political issues like this. We see how it happens elsewhere, and they're very clear. They give clear judgments. So look at the Supreme Court in the US. 6 of the Supreme Court judges are Republican. So a lot of are Republicans. Most of them, a lot of them are appointed by even Trump to take decisions. They have come out to decisions. They know that this is the Supreme Court of America. There's no Supreme Court of the Republican Party or the Democratic Party or Trump or anybody. You might not like all decisions they have taken, but when you look through it, you see that there's less partisanship in the decision, and that's what the judiciary is. I grew up and I see here that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, and to some extent, it still is. It still is. But recently, in political matters, we begin to wonder if it is still the last hope of the common man. Maybe you say politicians are not common man. Otherwise, but even if the giving politician is not common man, the giving politician represents common people. So he has come out to say, vote me in to represent your interests. All of us cannot be there. And the given person their votes, and the judiciary tries to behave untowardly, is very sad. So I think that Ganduje made that statement maybe unadvisedly. I don't know if the legal advisor spoke with him, but he's an intelligent person. He's a man I respect a lot. I respect Ganduje very much. He was a very good governor, and as national chairman, I believe he'll do better than the former national chairman. I believe so. But some of these things, I think, maybe he just spoke extempore without proper guidance. Certain things need proper guidance. Otherwise, he shouldn't have spoken the way he spoke, especially when it's a matter that is based on the Constitution. The Constitution says it, and the judge says that this is what the Constitution says, and I think that he should have spoken in that direction.